go through the third party service. So we have our third party watch list. And this is where we can add all the different companies that we care about. All we have to add is a domain. So, I like to read the Financial Times and I can add ft.com. But we have a lot of options here. Some companies really are focused on names. So if you want to do ibm.com or ibm.us, you can do that. You can give it a name, but then you can also give tags. So let's say that this is my category A vendor, and this is my COVID vendor. So all of that's available. You see the tags there. You see IBM, ibm.com. And all these tags will propagate through the system. They will show up on all third-party alerts as well. They'll show up when we send out emails as well. So you'll receive all that from your email.
So if somebody misspells a domain, does it still save?
Yeah.
It still does. Okay.
Yeah. So, but you can remove items as well,
Yeah.
right? So I can just remove IBM, remove FT. So it's very easy to go back and change. But yeah, we monitor whatever they want to monitor.
Okay.
We don't do any filtering. So here's my watch list. By default, it's happening chronologically across all of my third parties. So I can see Capital One, American Airlines, Walmart. We can see the sources of these. We can see the tags. Capital One, we give all of the different sources that we have. So I can read more. I can go directly to the official disclosure. All that's available. Now, we also provide per business reports. So let's take Chase Bank. So what we do is first, we do have some general data leak statistics. So this is just saying, hey, chase.com, how many records have we seen that in, right? And it's close to 500,000. And do we have any significant records in the last 30, 60, 90, 180 days? So this is just saying, hey, what sort of activity are we seeing from hackers around these events? And then we have a timeline showcasing all the different data breaches at Chase Bank. Actually goes all the way back to 2006. So we've only been in existence since 2018, but we've been able to go back and find data breaches, all the way into the early 2000s. And so, what we want you to be aware of is if you're going to use Chase Bank, they've had a data breach pretty much every, 2 years or so. That's by no means to say you shouldn't do business with them, but you need to go in being aware, and you should expect a general similar cadence, right? You should expect them to have some sort of event every few years because that's historically been their trend. Now, maybe if you're working with them, and that's a question you should ask and say, hey, you've had 11 events in the last 14 years. What have you learned from those? How are you going to protect me? Are you going to make sure that my data is kept safe? Do these events impact your business clients or your personal clients, right? So these are all good questions to be asking. You can also search for specific domains or for, parts of a title. So let's say that I heard about some sort of hack at CITA. Well, I can just search for CITA. I can find CITA. I can also sort alphabetically. So if for whatever reason I needed to see, the A's first, I can do that. So really straightforward. And then of course, with all this, we have a full API. So we have clients that are using us today. They're getting access to all of these alerts. They're bringing them into their internal systems, matching them up with their third-party records, aggregating and analyzing. So we make all that available.
Okay. What if an employee leaves the company? What happens to the account? It just gets disconnected?
So for everything I'm showing you in these services, in the team service, first party, third
Yeah.
party, we have what's considered a customer account.
Mhm.
And then within the customer account, we have a number of user accounts that have access to third-party services.
Mhm.
So we often will have multiple user accounts on one customer account,
Mhm.
and they all have access to the service.
Yeah.
So if I was to mark something as fixed,
Mhm.
that's marked service-wide.
Mhm.
It's not per account. So we can add and remove users to a customer account incredibly easily.
Okay, yeah.
And that has no impact on the customer whatsoever.
Okay, got it.
Yep. Okay. Cool.